Hey everyone, it's Leon. As I record this episode, I'm preparing to speak at SRE Day London on how alerts don't suck, your alerts suck. It's one of my favorite talks to give, not only because the title is awesome, but because I also get to drop some real truth bombs about the way we set ourselves up for failure by poorly designing the ways we receive data. When it comes to creating alerts that don't suck, I have a pretty simple rule to follow. The point of an alert is to get someone to do something right now about a problem. But what if all those conditions aren't true? What if it's a problem, but it's not one of those like, honey, grab the cat, the curtains are on fire kind of problem? As I explained in my talk, if it's a problem and a human has to deal with it, but not right now, that's when you should be using a report. Why am I mentioning this right now? Because Kentik has just re-engineered our entire report scheduling engine from the ground up, and it's really worth a look. First, I want to be clear that on the Kentik platform, anything you can see can be a report. If it's a chart on a dashboard, it can be a report. If it's a table that you grab with an API call, it can be a report. Now, the way it used to work is something like this. Once a day, a job would run and generate every single report and then send them sequentially. Now, this was a great way to do things once upon a time, but it's led to some problems. For example, different people in different time zones get the same report at really weird hours, or one bad report just chokes the entire batch, or the size of a data set and the quantity of reports that are being run affect when folks receive important information. So how do we fix this? The report engine now works in parallel. No more single queuing for creation and distribution. Reports run smoother for everyone, and a single failed report doesn't gum up the entire machine. Reports even run faster. In fact, a lot faster, like going from 7 hours down to 5 minutes kind of faster. We're kind of proud of that, to be quite honest. But that's mostly stuff that makes our life at Kentik easier. What have we done for you lately? You can now set the UTC time for the report to get generated and sent rather than wondering what time zone the person who created the report had their account set to. The generation frequency is now granular down to 30-minute intervals, so you can create a report that precisely matches a local network activity time. But these improvements don't only include reports because, like I said before, if it's on a dashboard, it can be on a report too, and vice versa. So you now have the ability to set a look-back window, either on a dashboard or a saved view, to something like this month or last month, and have it show the month to date, regardless of what day the month is. Rewriting a report engine from the ground up was a lot of work, but as you can see here, it was worth it. Now, going back to my talk on alerts, the point I made before emphasizes another critical point. Alerts have to be actionable. Not only does that mean that the alert has to exist because of something a human needs to deal with, but also that said human can see that it is an issue because they aren't buried under a metric ass ton of other alerts that are all hitting at the same time. What that boils down to is allowing customers to tune alerts to their specific environments, their needs, and their use cases. Which is exactly what we've done in our latest round of improvements for our synthetic alerting system. First of all, you can fine-tune individual aspects of a synthetic monitor alert. To start with, you can enable or disable individual metrics, because maybe ping jitter doesn't really matter to you in this particular case. Next, you can select how the raw data is processed to determine an alert trigger, either standard deviation or in milliseconds. And you can set a threshold for both the warning and the trigger. Now, the other big change is that alerts can trigger for each of those enabled metrics individually, which means that you can configure multiple aspects of what determines a healthy system, and when one of those aspects goes off the rails, you'll know about it. Now, all these changes provide clarity, turning data into information that drives action. That's all for this episode, because I gotta pack up and get ready for SRE Day. As those Londoners will say, cheers, mate. They probably don't say it like that. Anyway, if you liked today's episode, remember to click the like and subscribe button for notifications on future episodes. And if you hated today's episode, remember to hit the like and subscribe button so you can watch us improve. For What's New at Kentik, I'm Leon Adato.